14 to 15 million tons of 15.5 million tons of capacity addition, it adds to the 140 million tons of Ultratech. Part 2, viewers, just a basic cursory check, and actually Rakesh is here, so let's go to him for this. Because 23% stake, if they are buying from a promoter and there's a change of control, it will involve an open offer. Maybe the last 7 days average price or the last 6 months average price, it will involve an open offer. Rakesh Arora, founder of Go India Stocks, with us on the show. Rakesh, good having you. Thanks for joining in. What do you make of this deal?
There's a lot of consolidation happening in South India, and we saw Ambuja take over Penna, and India Cement has been on block for a pretty long time. There's a lot of duress through which southern cement companies are going through, huge overcapacity. So consolidation was likely to happen. But is it confirmed that Ultratech has taken over this block? Because
yeah, Rakesh, it is confirmed. Ultratech has put out the mandate that they have done. A board has approved buying 23% stake of India Cements.
At 267 rupees.
At 267 rupees a share.
Okay, so see, basically it's not so great an asset, and it has been underinvested. So I think both Ambuja, rather Adani, and Birlas have been in fight for market share. So this is a large capacity, and I think it's a good deal that Ultratech has done.
Well, so this is a good deal, but what are you making of the valuation? Because it's come in quite expensive as compared to the other South players, Rakesh. Wouldn't you agree? And if so, in terms of numbers alone, do you feel it's a fair deal that Ultratech has struck?
So yeah, the valuation comes around, I think, around $85 per ton, which is where we thought most of these deals will happen. Very close to replacement cost, and obviously Ultratech would have done due diligence. But you know, for India Cement shareholders, I think this is the best they could have ever got.
Rakesh, you compared this with Ambuja's acquisition of Penna as well, and then Ultratech was in the race. So as we see the southern cement landscape being carved up, how do you see this panning out when you look at the two major players?
So the top 5 players in southern India after the Penna acquisition were holding 55% market share, and India Cement was actually not in top 5. So you add that the top 5, would now be owning closer to 70% market share. So a big consolidation already happened in southern India, and I think there are a few smaller names still left to be acquired, which should happen, I think, in this year or next 12 to 18 months. So I see further consolidation.
Which are these names, Rakesh? Which are these names which would be, sort of on the dartboard for the bigger players to mop up?
See, Orient is one of the definite ones, which has been talked about in the media. So that is a decent amount of capacity, which I think should be probably there. And there are, long, tail of small 3 million, 5 million ton kind of capacities in South India, which can be taken out.
What will this mean for investors? Do you think a delisting could be on the cards in the near to medium term, if that sense? And what is the advice? If you're an existing investor of India Cements, what is it that you do with your stock right now? And what if you are looking to buy India Cement on back of this news break, what do you do? And also, do you anticipate a delisting in the next 6 to 12 months?
Actually, I think India Cement stock may not react up much, because if the deal has happened around 260, the stock was already there. And normally acquisition process takes a few months, and there's a 8 to 10% discount at which these stocks trade. So I don't see any near-term pop or anything. It's already played out.
So fresh and any delisting on the cards, you think that could be a likely scenario playing out for India Cement and hence its investors?
See, delisting would be largely in way of merger into Ultratech. I don't think they'll do a delisting process. So I don't think people will get anything more than what they're getting now.
Just to understand, Rakesh, since this is a 23% stake, does this trigger an open offer at all?
No.
No.
The open offer, yeah, meaning if there's a management change,
Yeah.
probably below 26% also there's an management, there could be an open offer.
Okay.
But I'm sure that, UltraTech will not stop at 23 because there's a large shareholder who's owning 21. Maybe, there's a second block.
Rakesh, just stay on. Rakesh, we have more questions for you. And, UltraTech was up 3% yesterday. So, Rakesh, come in on that one now. Up 3% yesterday, up 5% is not a cheap stock. But it is consolidating its leadership. Do you like UltraTech?
See, fundamentally, UltraTech is one of the best companies to play in cement. Not only they are leader, they are growing the fastest also in that pack. None of the even smaller companies are able to match the growth that UltraTech is having. And so that kind of leadership will definitely get premium. And that is what you're seeing in the market. But India Cement acquisition, meaning I'm a little bit doubtful about the quality of assets. And also I'm wondering why they have just acquired 23%. Why not the other 21% from the other large shareholder? Because this is not UltraTech style. They go for, 100% acquisitions wherever they go. So maybe there's more to this story which will evolve now.
Rakesh, just one quick follow-up. Could it happen that there will be an open offer at a later point of time for the remainder of the promoter stake, as well as maybe the other large investor stake at a higher price?
It's quite possible that maybe UltraTech didn't want to pay cash upfront too much. So other guys come in open offer and then they do a merger with UltraTech with a stock swap. So that could be on the cards.
When you say there's more to the story, just want to probe there, Rakesh, on how you're looking at it. Is it safe to say that this 23% is coming from the promoter side? Because there's one other big bucket of shareholders in the Damani family. How do you see that playing out?
I'm not sure whether it's coming from India Cement promoter. I'm just, listening to you guys. I haven't really, gone into detail. So that's why I'm a little bit surprised because, normally UltraTech would have closed out at least a majority position before doing the deal.
Yeah. No, we're waiting for those official details as well, Rakesh. We know that the promoter stake is about 28%. The Damani stake is about 21%. So we are assuming that it could be from the promoters selling out. That's also based on the fact that they are, N. Srinivasan perhaps is in a place where he'd want to exit. But then again, we're waiting for that to tie up. Do you think that there's a chance this won't be a clean sort of a deal in that sense? Because they're two large entities to deal with. And like you pointed out very correctly, this is not in typical UltraTech style.
Yeah, so I'll be surprised if they have not really, if it is a hostile takeover, then, the minority India Cement shareholders are in for a good run. Because if this is a block given by Mr. Damani and, the India Cement promoters have not yet sold out, then there could be a squeeze. It makes no sense for UltraTech to do that kind of deal. So I'm still, wondering what is happening. As an India Cement shareholder, I think, this is a very fair price and it's a good opportunity to exit because even I think Mr. Damani has got stuck in this investment. So for him also it is a good exit.
Good one, Rakesh. You think Mr. Damani has got stuck into this investment? He owns about 20.78% stake. It'd be interesting if they actually mark an exit in the current up move on the counter. But thank you, Rakesh. We'll of course connect back with you later when we have some more details as this deal, reaches its meaningful closure.